Hello, my name is David Webb, and this is a video for Dweebovision. I am a Scrabble grandmaster, and in this video I am going to play Scrabble while providing in-game commentary on my moves. Hopefully this will help to improve your game, and be fun to watch. The game has just started, so let's join the action. It's my opponent to go first. I have the blank, and I should have a bingo with this rack. Before my opponent plays, I can look for sevens. Chariot is good with the blank as an eye. Let me see if anything else springs to mind. Okay, my opponent's played fit. So do I have anything beginning with the eye or ending with that eye? I don't think so. I do have chariot and fits. I'm not able to reach any double letter squares, so probably the highest scoring play would be in rows G or I. So I do need to identify 7-letter bingos. There may be something here, charters perhaps, but that doesn't fit wholly under or above fit. That looks like there could be something there. This is the chariot play. Not sure about heart owls. I think that might be good, but doesn't play in the rows I'm looking to play it in. I'm feeling I'm missing quite a few bingos because this is a great set of tiles. Well, it probably doesn't make a huge amount of difference. Let me play chariot. And fit, which takes an E and an S after it. I have wafered, which I think is good. That plays in rows G and I. I have a slight doubt about that, but I'm going to try it if it's the only thing I can see. Do I have any other bingos? There's quite a few floaters to consider. I'm looking down working my way down the floaters in chariot. I'm up to R and I haven't seen an alternative bingo. I'm now looking at the F and T of fit. Well, great, wafered is still playable. And wow, there's a great place to play it as well. Look at this. I hope wafered is good, because this is going to be a great score and it's going to put me in a commanding lead early in the game. 103. Well, my run of bingos ends, but I do have a 140-point lead if this stays on the board. I'll be looking to resolve the duplicates on this rack and try and do something about the vowel consonant imbalance. I'm immediately drawn to plays of Yeti and Yite. Now I do have the Y for going underneath the F of fit, so I could play tight in that spot, keeping 2 E's and an I, which isn't great. Now I think Yeti is good as a 6-letter play, Y-E-T-T-I-E. That might be worth considering to sort the rack out. So I could play Yetis in row B for not very much. Is there a better place? And I could play it in row I, making F-E. 17 points. So what else is available? I don't have anything for going after AD in column 13. I could play Yeti in row L, going through the E of a G. 20 points. Keeping double E. Well, that might be worth considering. Quite a lot of E's have been played. I am covering the double letter square. Yeah, I think that's fine. An interesting rack. I've drawn 3 high-scoring tiles in the H and the M. There may be a bingo here. But I can't see it. But it's a balanced rack and I should be able to score and sort it out. Hopefully my opponent will not score too heavily in column 15. So, now Hoare takes... Okay, well he scored fairly heavily. Hoare in row C takes an M after it. AGA doesn't take anything I've got. So I could play HMM. Let me see what this scores. I don't think I'm going to play it because I'll be keeping 4 vowels. That's 44 points. So if I switch it for hem, 40 points. Well, the 4-point sacrifice is definitely worthwhile. Am I overlooking a better spot? 40 points is always a good score. A good score. I draw the X, which is a good scoring tile, but I don't have a bingo. I'm looking around for places to play my X, and there are no great spots. I'd also like to play off some vowels. So I could play XO in column 13, making re, X and a do. If row A stays available, I could play Hox. But the rack leave's not going to be very good after that. Well, my opponent scored heavily off my previous play, so he's just 80 points behind now. So is XO the best? Well, my X can go above the I of fit. I could play Oxim in that spot, keeping EOU. I've just seen something up here. Let me see what this scores. Horrible rack leave, but 43 points is a big score, and I think that score is high enough to justify the poor rack leave. Great. No duplicates. It's not great in the sense that I have a bingo. But it's good to keep scoring since I have got this 100-point lead. Now I've got mauve on my rack and movie. They both play in rows G and I, and also row M. I'm looking in column 13 to see if I can take advantage of the O hook for add. Well, I could play motive through the T, but that's not very good because it's not covering the double letter square. In row O. Great, only 8 points for my opponent. He's blocked my mauve, 2 of my mauve lanes. Mauve still plays in row M, but for not many points. So, what can I do about this? This is quite a dangerous board. There are some great bingo lanes open. Row B for bingos ending with the S of chariot. Row J for 7-letter bingos ending with an S. And row M for bingos ending in an E. So it is an open board. I do have a 100-point lead. But I'd like to keep scoring. I think motive in column 13 is just too open. But apart from the bingo lanes, the non-bingo scoring opportunities are limited. Well, I'm thinking about playing out Vi in column 13. Only 18 points, and it's placing an E next to a double letter square, so that's pretty dangerous, but it certainly sorts the rack out. "12 minutes left, 41 tiles in the bag. Including a Q. Well, there certainly will be a best play here. I'd like to play off the V and the U. I could play Vums in row B. Now, can I place my M here? Well, nothing is coming to mind in that spot. Well, this is really a really tricky rack to sort out. So, am I missing something? I don't want to provide an easy opportunity for my opponent to score well. Well, I could play Mavie across here. I really want to play Mauve across here, and I'm just hesitating in case my opponent's got the Q. But I like the idea of getting rid of the V and the U in one go, and this certainly does this, and it plays off 5 tiles. And 20 points is quite a good score. Great, I draw a blank. That's one advantage of playing off a lot of tiles. You increase your chances of drawing it. Do I have a bingo with this rack? Well, I think if I did, it would be an 8-letter bingo through a consonant, and there aren't many available consonants. Great, that's a phony. Fantastic. And I've now got a 140-point lead. And I've got the blank. And I can be pretty sure my opponent doesn't have the cue. So how can I sort this rack out as quickly as possible? 9 minutes left, a lot of tiles left. I certainly want to play off an I and an O. Where can I do that? This is proving to be a really tricky game. I want to play off an I and an O. Gosh. Well, maybe I can't. Eight minutes left. How foolish is this? Only 6 points, but I've got the S. I'm pretty sure my opponent's got a rubbish rack. This might scare him. Or, why don't I just change? Yep, I think that's best. Keeping IS blank. Wow, and I throw back a U and I pick up the remaining 2 U's. There could easily be a bingo here, but it's going to be difficult to spot. Haven't seen anything yet. I'm going to try and go through this quite quickly, because I'm mindful of the time and I don't think there's anything here. Ah, except there is. Rubius is good, and great. I've got Rubius. That can play in row J. Is there anything here? Great, and that stays available. I'm going to play this quite quickly because I'm short on time. I'll briefly pause in case I've missed a better spot for this, but I'm not going to look for a better bingo. Ah, again my blank goes on a premium square. So Rubius and Blips. Does this play anywhere else? Ah, well it does. And that's only 69 points. Let me see the score here. I don't mind giving my opponent opportunities now because I'm so far ahead. I don't think he's going to benefit enough from these opportunities, and these opportunities will also enable me to keep scoring. 78 points, that's much better. That's pretty good. There could be a bingo here. Great, my opponent's challenged. 5 points off his score. I've now got a 200-point lead. Now, is duplets good? Duplets. If it is, that would play in row J, making blips. Tempting. But I have doubts about it. Well, another good score for my opponent off the opening provided by me, but he's still 150 points behind. Only 6 minutes left on my clock, 23 tiles left, so I mustn't tarry. So, what I can do is play Pud here, takes out all that spot, scores 23 points. Gosh, I'd really like to play duplets. Now, if I don't play duplets, and I'm not, is there something better I can do in this spot? Well, I could play Dispel. No, I can't. I haven't got the I. Do I have something beginning with the D under the I of Rubius? So that would be D, U. No, I don't think so. I think I'm going to go with this, but I feel that it's not a great play. But that is a great pickup. I have Entoils and Lionettes playable in column 2 and row J. Now, is there a further anagram of that set? Entoils, Lionettes. Not sure. If those spots are blocked, do I have anything in row B? I would have Etiolins through an I. Row B ends with an S, so I've got the ness and less suffixes. Nope, can't see anything there. Cab doesn't take anything in front of it. Great. One of my spots stays available. Column 2 remains available. The row J spot has been taken. So, Lionettes. Five minutes left. This is going to burn a lot of tiles, so I shouldn't be in time trouble. Lionettes 63. And that's better than Entoils in the same spot, because Entoils would place a vowel next to the triple word square. Quite a nice pickup. No bingos here, but I've got a scoring tile in the C. Nine tiles left in the bag, 7 on my opponent's rack, and you can see them at the bottom of the screen. They're not particularly bingo-y. Loads of N's and the Q. All the U's have gone, and there's only one I out there. So where can I score on this board? I could play Eric in column 6. 13 points. I could play Craw at A1, which would retain 2 I's. Well, there goes the Q. My Craw spot's been taken. Now, what about a play beginning at H1? So that would be a play beginning IN or ON. And now I would like to play off one of my I's. Well, I can't place the C on the double letter square at H4. I've got 4 minutes left. There are 7 tiles in the bag. So, are there any other spots I haven't thought about? I guess the triple word square, triple letter square under YE in row N may be of use, but not with the tiles that I've got. 3.5 minutes left. So this is what I was thinking of. Eric down here. It doesn't feel remotely great. Only 13 points. I am taking out a bingo lane. My opponent could have leanings in row B. It is only 13 points. I suspect there are better plays available. Just under 3 minutes left. I'm wondering about playing in column 5, using the double word square to the right of the N of knighted. So I could play rice. And this obstructs my opponent from using the triple word square at H1, and it'll score more. 16 points. Which is 3 more than the Eric play. Well, 2 O's out there. I don't really want to double up on my O's. Well, I'm really getting short on time. Well, that's quite a nice pickup. I don't have a bingo. I'm close to oregano's in row B, but I'm 1 tile out for that. I've now got an N for going underneath Yi in column 10, so I could play Ngaio, Ngaio, 24 points. Not too many great spots on this board. My opponent could still have leanings. But that won't be enough for him to win. I've got a 220-point lead. Now I've got the O for going after add in row I, or more relevantly in column 13. So, do I have rogation? Wow, I think I do. I've got a bingo in column 13. Fantastic. Fantastic, that stays available. Well, sometimes you don't look for bingos and you find them. So, rogation 77. And that ends the game. My opponent emptied the bag with his play. My opponent challenges, he loses 5 points, the play was good. And the final score, 252 to my opponent, 565 to me, a winning margin of 313 points. So a massive, massive win. Let's see what I missed. It was my opponent to go first. Ooh, charming. Right. What did I have here? This is where I thought there were a lot of bingos, and the only one I saw was Chariot, which is listed down here. Well, I did see Charters as well, but the highest scoring plays were Shastra and Heart Owls, which was good. This is where I had wafered. I didn't see anything else. Whoops, let me go back and have a look. Yeah, wafered was the only bingo. Lots of duplicate tiles. I played... What did I play? I played Yeti for 20. Yeah, nothing else seems obviously better. Now this is where I played Hem at A13. That looks best. And Exo at B13 looks best. Horrible rack for my opponent. Now this is a move I agonised over. Yeah, and if you're looking at the scores and the rack leaves in combination, as one should always, nothing stands out as being great there. My player Mauve for 20 is in the pack. This is where my opponent phonied, and I was in a difficult position here. Was there anything better than changing? No, I don't think so. When you've got the blank and the S, you really want to be bingoing as soon as possible, and none of those rack leaves are particularly bingo-y, apart from possibly the first one, but there the score is just 6 points. So I'm happy with changing. And this is where I had Rubius. I didn't see anything else, but Sub-Virus was playable in row B. That would have been a nice word to spot, but in any event, Rubius scored a lot more, so was preferable. Now, was Duplets good? Yes, agony. Okay, so that played at J2 and also at E2, so a missed bingo there. But I wasn't punished. In fact, I was rewarded with a bingo on my next rack, which I didn't deserve. And onlyest was the third anagram, which I didn't spot, alongside Entoils and Lionettes. Ah, there was a play at H1, Wanser. It does keep duplicate eye, not a great rack leave. And this is where I played Rice for 16. Well, Wanser probably slightly better. Did my opponent have anything here? Nope. Well, no bingos. And this is where I was very lucky because I wasn't looking for a bingo. This didn't look like a bingo-y rack or a bingo-y board. I was just looking around for places to play, and Rogation popped into my mind. So a great way to end the game, and always huge fun to win by a big margin, and wins of 300 points are pretty rare, so nice to have one of those on video. And overall, a great game. So I hope you enjoyed watching it and got something out of it. My name's David Webb, and this has been a video for Dweebovision.